All right. Welcome back to Scriptic. Getting ready to jump into episode 2, barbecue sauce everywhere. Again, huge shout out to the devs at Electric Noir Studio for hooking me up with the season 1 and season 2 of Scriptic. Again, if you guys would like to support me and play along with me, you can download this game for free using my link located in the top of the description as well as pinned in the comments. In the last video, we interrogated Lucas and Marcus and kind of found out that we could have charged both of them with some form of crime. We could have criminally charged both of them with something. However, we don't believe that they had any direct involvement in Jerome's death. Like they weren't the ones that killed Jerome. It was definitely somebody else. However, it might not be the last times that we talk to him, just because there's ever evolving information and clues that we're coming across, and what better way to find out more clues and to further our investigation than to jump right back into Scriptic. Again, episode 2, barbecue sauce everywhere. Community reels after Jerome's death. Suspicious abound. A notorious gang leader emerges. I wonder if that notorious gang leader is going to be the Red Man. Is it going to be the Red Man? I got some downloads. I'm going to download this. We'll get right back into it. All right, PC Bronson was hot on the heels of a suspect who stabbed a victim. He was hot on the heels to see if PC Bronson was able to find him. McGuire was helping the victim, hopefully stopping the bleeding and saving the life.
Yeah, hi, detective. Sorry we got cut off earlier.
All right. Are you okay?
Well, I caught the guy. I caught up with him.
Damn genius.
But yeah, he turned a knife on me. Yeah, he took out and he was going to use it. So, well, I was able to disarm him. We've got him in custody now.
Oh, damn champion.
The boy in McGuire's care, he died before the paramedics arrived. Main artery was cut, completely severed, so not much they could do. Also, McGuire did his best, but paramedics pronounced him dead upon arrival.
No, so the victim, from what Bronson was saying, a young boy who was stabbed by this person, this evil person, passed away. He had an artery that was completely severed, not much they could do, and the young boy passed away. That's awful. It's absolutely awful.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really bad. As I say, unfortunately, these types of attacks are very common around this part. I told McGuire to take some time off, but he said he'd rather press on with the Jerome Jacob's case, as I would, to be fair. So, anyway, we're going to head into Scotland Yard now. I'll be around, so give us a shout if you need me.
Dang. Oh, that sucks. But at least we caught the perpetrator. At least we caught the guy that did the stabbing. We'll be able to interrogate him. Not sure who it is yet, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. We'll be able to... Oh, we can't do anything interrogate? Oh, that's right. We're here with chat. Is there anything else in clues? Mom going to sleep at home. Is there anything else that we unlocked? The photos. Oh, we unlocked some photos. Here's a video. All right, Jerome. There's the SC-15 probably. Can't scroll through them. It's just tap and click and... All right. Jerome might have been sweet on someone here. Jerome might have been trying to find a future ex-wife, you know? You know what I'm saying? Alright. Some of these are pretty nice pictures. Like it's just a group of friends hanging out, playing some arcades. Was that the House of the Dead? Sure does look like it. Yeah, House of the Dead 2, it looks like. It looks like they're playing some Street Fighter. Look, they're just hanging out, having a good time. Loving life. Loving and living life to the fullest. There's the tower. Oh, there's a different girl. Jerome's girlfriend. So, who is this just a friend, Jerome? That's not the same girl. Is that just a friend? Yeah, they look different. Jerome getting sweet. Must be in Peckham. Peckham levels, it looks like. On the bus or the subway. Just hanging around. Meat market. All right. Dropping them bars. That's a blurry picture. Another blurry picture. Maybe, that might have been when they were running. Jerome appears stressed. Distressed in a selfie. Definitely. That could have been the two pictures here. Oop, hold on. These two pictures here could have been of him running. That definitely looks outside. But maybe not. I don't know. Jerome appears subdued. You never know. Let's go ahead and jump back into Yard OS. Let's talk with Sophie from Intelligence. Identify Jerome's love interest. I think that's a good start. A good place to start. Hey, Soph. Please, could you identify the girl in this photo with Jerome? We believe it to be his girlfriend. Thanks. That's adorbs. Oh, on it now. It's gonna take 5 minutes. We can skip that time when we come around to it. However, let's go ahead and talk with Sutherland. Bronson McGuire, please conduct a community impact assessment and report back. The on the ground. PC McGuire. What's that? No idea what it is. It's exactly what it sounds like. Assessing the impact on a community after a critical incident. Mandatory after any murder. Okay, sure. We're on it. That's going to take 3 hours. We're definitely going to be skipping that time because we are not waiting 3 hours for that to happen. But this is a game that plays in real time. So if something like that was to take 3 hours, then guess what? We're going to be waiting 3 hours. But we're not going to do that. We are going to be skipping past those wait times. That way we can continue on with the game. But if you want a more immersive and lifelike game, then yeah, you could wait that time and then you'll probably get a notification later on. It pops up, says, hey, we figured something out, or we did our search, or we did our investigation, whatever it is that they're currently doing at that point in time. They'll say they finished it, and then you'll get back into it and start talking to them. All right, Vikram, please complete a post-mortem of the deceased Jerome Jacobs. Well underway, Tongue. We'll let you know when it's complete. It's going to take him an hour. So let's go ahead and get back over to Sophie. Let's go ahead and skip this time. Tara Stevenson. I wonder if Tara Stevenson knows that Jerome is dead. Goes to Peckham Academy, the same school as Jerome. We have her parental contact and address should you need it. Have you noticed glitching? Nice one. Thanks. Glitching? Glitching with what? I haven't noticed any glitching. Has Soph noticed any glitching? Have you noticed any strange glitching with our Yards OS? I haven't noticed anything. Let's see if Sophie knows anything. Nope. All right, cool. Wouldn't surprise me, though. These systems are way out of date. If the public knew how dated our tech was, maybe we'd get some decent government funding. But alas, no. Retrieve and comb CCTV footage. Up too much last night. What? up to much last night? Like we're asking Sophie, what did she do last night? Look, Sophie, can you just do some retrieval of the available CCTV on the night of the murder, especially around Stafford Tower? Comb through all the available CCTVs for me, please. Sure. Facial recognition software has made this a lot easier. We'll get a team on it. It's going to take an hour. So let's go ahead and go over to Vikram. Let's go ahead and speed that up. Completed. Time of death, approximately 2:26. That's 2:26 a.m., so that's in the morning. Impact of the victim's skull has revealed velocity of the fall and determined height from that. Roughly 10 stories high. Got a team pulling prints from those railings now. Now this is significant. The victim sustained injuries at the time of death not consistent with the fall. Defensive bruises on his arms. So he might have been getting jumped, he might have been getting punched or something like that. So he's protecting himself with his arms. That's why he's got those defensive bruises on his arms. And then they threw him off the balcony 10 stories high. Now, I don't know if 10 stories high would knock your shoes off, but I was pretty accurate saying that he wasn't as high as the actual tower. They weren't all the way up to the top of that roof on that tower and dropped him off, because he might not be recognizable if they did that. But 10 stories high, I'm not sure if that would it might. I would think it might knock your shoes off if you fell from that. It's pretty high up. So this confirms murder. This rules out suicide. What does that mean? It definitely rules out suicide. If he has defensive bruising on his arms, that means that he was being attacked. It definitely confirms a murder, and it rules out suicide. So it really both. But for certain, it rules out suicide. Defensive wounds do rule out suicide. Absolutely. It would appear so. Is there anything else? Yes. We found more bruises on the victim not sustained from the fall, but these date at least a week prior to the death. Bruises on the neck and chest. And lastly, the victim had very little alcohol and no drugs in his system. I know he went to a big party that night, so thought that was interesting. So it seems like, Jerome is still a good kid. Like, he's just naturally a good kid. Kind of got into the wrong crowd a little bit and got chased down by a rival gang and then thrown off a 10-story ledge. But for the most part, he was a good kid. I mean, he didn't do any drugs. He drank a little bit, but I feel like that's normal, right? I don't know. But look, Vikram, you're killing it, Vikram. As usual. Oh, and one more for the road. Pathologist team has just messaged. Vikram's prints recovered from railing at Stafford Tower. Oh, victims, not Vikram. Victims' prints were recovered from the railings at Stafford Tower. Jerome was pushed from the 12th floor. So not the 10th. It would end up being 12 stories high. Got it. So the bruises on the neck and chest area that were like dated a week back, that was probably from Marcus. He probably got into a little tussle with Marcus, creating those bruises. All right, let's go back to Sophie. Let's go ahead and skip this time. So our team got quite a haul. Nice. CCTV footage of Marcus, Lucas, and Jerome. So let's go ahead and watch this. This first one definitely looks like Marcus, definitely stumbling around drunk. Hell yeah. You could see that in the thumbnail. We actually saw it in the preview of the game as well. You could see him walk around, stumbling around. Shows Marcus around the Stafford Tower around that same time. Interesting. Let me look at those clues real quick, because that was interesting information. The CCTV shows Marcus not at Stafford Tower at the time of 2:26 a.m. So that kind of it proves that Marcus didn't have anything to do with Jerome's murder. He wasn't there at the Stafford Tower during the time of his murder. It doesn't say that he's not guilty of domestic violence and hitting Jerome or his mother, but it does show that he didn't kill Jerome. And this is CCTV footage of that was Lucas running and he ditched the mask. That I think that was Lucas running and ditched the mask. Let's look at the clues real quick just to make sure that we saw that right. CCTV confirms Lucas' statement that he ditched the stolen chrome mask. Yeah, that was Lucas running through. He ditched the mask. And this is probably Jerome Jerome's walking with the mask. Minutes later after Lucas chucked it. Interesting. So Lucas and Marcus were both telling the truth. And the CCTV footage here definitely proves it. Is there any footage of the fall or anything at Stafford Tower? More so at Stafford Tower. Not necessarily the fall unless we could see who is the one that pushed Jerome over. But let's see if there's any CCTV footage at Stafford Tower. At the very least, you could see people walking past. Unfortunately, footage at Stafford Tower was not recoverable. Those cameras are on a much shorter loop and had already reset before our team got to them. I know, a real fuck up. I feel like that's really quick. That's a real quick reset. Like, how are you supposed to get any type of footage off those cameras if they reset immediately after the next day? Anyway, it's our first case, or it's your first case. You didn't expect it to be that easy, right? I guess I didn't expect it to be that easy. You'd think it would be. Think you'd be able to find that footage, but it's all right. Thanks a lot, Sophie. Oh, tongue. Look what's been going around Scotland Yard. Sutherland in the 90s. Let's go. Oh, I got a picture of you now, Sutherland. When he started out as a detective, God, the years have been unkind to poor Sutherland. Scotland Yard does that to people. I guess you know what's in store for you, tongue-tied. Oh, I hope not. I'll never get that old. Look, I am never going to get that old. So, no way, Soph. I'll never let myself get that old. Use automatic number plate recognition. Yeah, let's have Sophie do the deploy the automatic number plate recognition on all available CCTV footage. That'd be great. That'd be perfect. Shit, yeah, good move. I appreciate that, Sophie. Flick of a switch, and we can identify every car coming in and out of Jerome's neighborhood at the time of the murder. God, this tech is making my job so easy. We'll get our team on it now. Let's go. I mean, we don't really have anything. I mean, on the ground, they're still working on that. Let's go back to the victim's phone if there's any. Oh, there's so many more chats. We got chats with Aaron, Will, Lucas, Kieran. We already did our chat with SC15, but let's see if there's any more information in here, any more additional clues that we can highlight or that are highlighted that we can double check. There is not. What about with Mum? Anything additional with Mum? It does not look like it. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out our chat with Aaron. Jokes, when did you make this? Or when did we take this? A few months back. Just found it on my phone. So I think I'm really into Keisha. Well, you got to say something, bro. Make a move. Easy for you to say. All loved up with Tara. So Tara was the girlfriend, which we found pictures in the gallery of Tara, and we have a little bit of information about Tara and her, basically her contact information and address. Man, I had to act like a proper fool to convince her to go out with me. No risk, no reward. I bet she'll say yes. Fuck yeah. I think I will. Jerome, you got to be straight with me, yeah? I never seen you like this. What's going on? So something's troubling Jerome, bro. I can't. Look, Kieran, Will, Lucas, I love those boys, but Jerome, you're my brother. I trust you with my life. You can tell me what's wrong. I just really can't face it right now. You will be the first person I tell. I promise you, Aaron. But just give me some time. So definitely deeply distressed, but is able to trust Aaron. So Aaron, he's got trust in Aaron. Okay, bro, that's all you had to say. You're my brother. They're best friends. I mean, they're the closest to each other, Aaron and Jerome. Always, man, making his move on Keisha tonight. Yeah, boy, my guy gonna kill it. Quite buzzed, actually. Should be a good party. Trying to talk some sense into Lucas and Kieran. Sometimes I don't know what to say to them, to be honest. Lucas just told me some mad story about a Bretta called Kane who kills people with barbecue sauce. A Bretta called Kane who kills people with barbecue sauce. How do you kill somebody with barbecue sauce? I thought barbecue sauce was a clue or like a euphemism to blood. Is he hitting people over the head with a barbecue sauce bottle or something, or just like force feeding it to the until people like explode? I have no idea how you kill somebody with barbecue. You making them choke on barbecue sauce, maybe? Don't know about any of that, but I heard of Kane. Everyone has, so everybody's heard of Kane. Apparently, Kane is widely known. Yeah, I thought they were just gassing. Nah, Kane is real. What is actually his deal? He's a killer, but he kills people with barbecue sauce. What else do you need to know? Yo, when did you leave? Yeah, sorry, bro. Very tired. Not really feeling it. No worries. It's all blessed. This is when he found the chrome mask. Put it on. Where'd you get that? That was the mask that Lucas had thrown on the ground. And Jerome picked it up. So here is Will, it looks like. Just sending some pictures, a video. Just a quick little video of him on the bus. Why are you sending me these, huh? Why are you sending me these selfies? Because I look good, bruv. Because I look good and I need the compliments. You sure do, Will. Bruv, look what Danielle been sending me. Girl is mad. Hey, babes, why the fuck I am hearing you've been getting with Janine. That bitch don't deserve you. You're mine forever. There's no escape. Anyways, come over tonight, babes. My parents are away. You been getting with Janine? Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I've been getting with Janine. But she ain't supposed to know. Yo, Aaron squared up to Lucas. This is what happened. Aaron squaring up to Lucas? Little man got squashed. he just wrapped him up and then squeezed his head off. Squeezing him like a pimple. Coming tonight then? Yeah, man, safe. Yo, did you leave? Yeah, going home. All right. That was Will. All right, Lucas. Have you done Miss Doyle's homework? Yes. Allow me to copy you? Then not very happy about that. Is that a yes, bruv? Still not happy. Safe. I'll come over now. Bruv, come let's play Fortnite. What do you think I'm doing right now? I'll be on in a minute. Yo, dickhead. Must be their hand gesture for their SE15 gang symbol. Nothing. Just jamming with Will. What you saying? Nothing. Want to come around the yard? Kieran's coming. Can't. You okay, Jerome? I'm fine. He's obviously troubled by something. Why are you such a fucking waste man, Lucas? What? Gonna bring knife tonight? Stop being such a punk all the time. Younger don't have to chat for me. I'm not trying nothing. If we're going to motive in those ends, Springblock gonna be there. And if Springblock are gonna be there, that means Kieran could be there. Or that means Kane can be there. And that means SE15 need protection. Who the fuck is Kane? You don't know Kane? My God, bro. I gotta school you on everything. Here we go. Kane heads up Springblock Mandem. So Kane, who also kills people with barbecue sauce, is the head gangster for Springblock. Got bare bodies under his name. Okay, you must have heard about the man who got juked the other day. The one they're calling chicken fat. Yeah. So story goes, Kane's in a chicken shop around Peckham's End. Morley's? Nah, Chicken King. Anyways, he's got brand new pair of crepes on, Nike Air Max, and some big man in there chatting bare gas, goes and spills barbecue sauce all over the new crepes, all over the white laces. Kane looks up at the man, waits for him to clean it up, but Big Man's an op. It's an antagonist from a different neighborhood. He's an op, never, ever heard of Kane, says they're dead creps anyway, says he's done him a favor with that barbecue sauce. So Kane says nothing, just calmly bends down, undoes the laces, and leaves the shop. Big Man's like, whatever, keeps on with his meal, finishes up, starts walking down the street, and then boom, Kane starts choking him out with the barbecue laces. Big Man spluttering, chicken wings flying everywhere. Couldn't imagine seeing that. Someone getting choked out with barbecue soaked laces and chicken wings just flying everywhere. Same time Springblock, Mandem arrive, and bruv, they go to work the next day. Chicken shop boss man is out on the alley. Taking out the expired ribs and that, opens up the bin, and there in amongst the chicken fat is Big Man, eyes wide open. Whoa, what just happened? Where are we at? Is Big Man, eyes wide open, rolled back into his head, but that's not it. Barbecue sauce everywhere, coming out of his mouth, out his ears, out his eyes, bruv. Now that's Kane. So Lucas implies that Kane is Springblock and bizarre chicken barbecue sauce killer. All right. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Nah, this is no joke, fam. Springblock Kane. Boys are wild. Just think what they can do to the Mandem, to SE15. If we don't pattern up, showed him, we don't get violated. Looking to assert SE15 status. What you on about? We need to stay out of their way. And no, we should be carrying, and in no way should we be carrying knives. No option, bruv. Gotta protect. Gotta have protection. No way I'm going to Springblock ends without protection. So Jerome fails to dissuade Lucas to bringing a knife. So now we have Kieran here. Thanks, man. No worries, bro. Anytime, okay. My mom gives me way too much anyway. You're doing me a favor. Okay, cool. Man's looking sharp. And when you take that, I'm a ninja with my camera, you know. You should put that on your Snap Life. Yeah, I might. I'm sorry I keep taking lunch from you, Jerome. I told you it's not a thing. Don't mention it again. You just seem angry with me today, bruv. That's nothing to do with you, Kieran. Promise you. Okay. What's it about? Long story. I don't want to bring it into you or bring you into it. Okay, Kieran, do not bring a knife tonight. You know about Springblock, bruv. Yes, I do. About Kane. It's already like, I think because there's multiple ways you can access information about Kane, and there was like 3 different ways you could do it in this chat. And because we did it already, we already know about Kane. There's no reason to find out about Kane again for the 3rd time. So we found out about him the 1 time, and now the other one's already automatically like deactivated, I guess. So Lucas told me they sound mad. Do you really think carrying a knife into their ends is going to make you any safer? Well, yeah, it's protection, isn't it? You've never used a knife, Kieran. You take that out in a fight, it's going to end up being used on you. But Lucas is bringing one. Lucas will do Lucas. But I know you've got more sense than Kieran. Or I know you got more sense than that, Kieran. You always have. Fine, bro. Fine what? I won't take a knife. Good. That chicken fat story is pretty mad, though, right? Yeah, it's pretty bad. But Jerome was able to convince or to dissuade Kieran from taking a knife. Was able to convince Kieran not to take a knife. Let's see if there's anything new in any of these chats now that we've just went through them all. We're just going to go quickly through them just to make sure nothing is glowing yellow like with Aaron. Seeing how we talked to everybody. Well, we didn't talk to anybody, but we went through the information. Little man got squashed. All right, let's go ahead and jump back into the Yards OS chat. Everyone's still working on stuff except for forensics, which we don't really have anything to give Vikram. So let's go ahead and talk with Sophie. Let's go ahead and skip that time. So, some interesting activity. Of course, a flurry of paramedics and police right after the murder, but a half hour before, a black Mercedes with tinted windows enters the neighborhood. Now, the vehicle is registered to a middle-aged woman, but the undercover ops team has logged it as a criminal vehicle associated with Peckham-based gang known as the Springblock. That's a good find, Sophie. Okay, so now we have some more things that we can get Sophie to investigate in and to look into. We can identify Kane and pull records, investigate Lucas and Kane's anecdote, investigate cause of Jerome's distress. Let's go ahead and identify Kane and pull his records. So please identify member Kane from the Jerome's chat app and pull records. Perfect. Sure. Give me a sec. It's going to take 5 minutes. We're just going to go ahead and speed that up right now. An undercover operative log mentions Kane several times. Real name, Elijah Dang. Understood to be the leader of the Springblock gang and a major player in cocaine trafficking, but has no criminal record. We do have a photo on file. That's Kane right there. Interesting. Scary looking dude. Investigate Lucas's Kane anecdote. Investigate cause of Jerome distress. Let's do that. Let's do this first one right here. Please, could you investigate the veracity of Lucas's chicken fat murder anecdote? See if that comes up with any information at all. Yeah, I read that. Barbecue sauce. LOL. Everywhere. Barbecue sauce everywhere. We'll look into it, babe. Let's go ahead and speed that time up. There are no reports of a chicken shop owner discovering a dismembered body in a food waste container, and no reports of gratuitous use of barbecue sauce in an attack. That said, there are multiple cases of violent attacks in proximity to Peckham chicken shops in the last few years, mostly gang-related stabbings. Nothing specifically tied to Elijah Kane Dang or Springblock. However, many of these cases are still open. Let's go ahead and investigate the cause of Jerome's distress. Clearly something traumatic happened to Jerome shortly before his murder. His chat with Aaron is very troubling. We need to identify when and what. It could have had something to do with Marcus. I mean, it's very possible, right? He's really hurting. Yeah, for sure. In that short video. It does look like he's back at home though. Like he's in a room of some sort. I don't know which room, but he's definitely in a room. He's really hurt. Our analysis will identify when this incident is likely to have occurred based on available metadata. Speak to forensics too. They've got a forensics psychologist on staff who can tell you about the incident just based off of Jerome's behavior. Perfect. Let's go ahead and talk with Vikram. Sophie said you guys have a forensic psychologist on staff who can help interpret an unexplained incident. For sure. Yep, we do. Her name's Diane Morris. She's a pro. I'll pass the information on. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to intelligence, seeing as how this is going to take an hour. Maybe we should let's go ahead and talk with on the ground. Let's go ahead and speed up this one, this 2.5 hour one. We have concluded our community impact assessment. It's not good. In fact, it's probably the worst I've seen. And the community has been through its fair share of trauma. No one can quite fathom that Jerome Jacobs is the murder victim. I don't want to heap any more pressure on you, but the situation out there is fragile, to say the least. Oh, it's fragile, to say the least. Okay, boys, anything that assists the investigation. The name Kane came up several times, always under hushed voices. An infamous local gangster, it seems, the Peckham boogeyman, worth investigating. Okay, boys. Thanks. Bring in Aaron for questioning. Bring in Kane for questioning. Bring in Tara for questioning. We about to interrogate everybody. Look, I think we need to bring in Kane right away. We need to speak with Elijah Kane Dang now. Intelligence identified a Springblock vehicle entering Jerome's neighborhood shortly before his murder. Now, do we want to talk to Kane now, or do we want to get more information? That way we have more ammo, more firepower when we're asking him questions. Maybe that's better. Maybe we should talk to Kane last. That way we can get more information, more firepower. Yeah, more information while we investigate and interrogate. Let's talk to Tara first, the girlfriend. Jerome's girlfriend, Tara, for questioning. McGuire and I are on it. It's going to take a half hour. Let's go ahead and go back to intelligence. Go ahead and skip this. So our analysis have determined the incident took place 1 week before the murder, and most likely in the morning. Okay. All right. Are you up to much last night, Soph? Our girl cooked an amazing dinner. Then we went to bed early. We work different hours, so whenever there's overlap, we try to get some quality time. Your daughter, your lesbian, you have a girlfriend. You have a girlfriend, Sophie? I mean, it sounds like it. It could be your daughter. I have no idea. Don't really care. It might be girlfriend, daughter, which is my girl. So it's probably a girlfriend. You have a girlfriend, Sophie? Yep, sure does. Almost 5 years now. That's good. That's a long time. 5 years. Shit. Me and Bay going strong. Hell yeah. What about you, Tom? No. Got a special someone? So lonely. I'm in love. Look, it's hard to keep count. All these future ex-wives out there, it's hard to keep count. I don't even know what to say. For sure, so many special someones. There was one last week, one yesterday, 2 this weekend. It's hard to keep count, really. Like, there's way too many future ex-wives out there, right? Am I right? I remember those days. Enjoy yourself, tongue-tied. But be safe. Bring protection. 9mm at least. At least 9 mil. Be safe. I've been told parenting is a hell of a lot harder than solving murders. You're probably right. Is there anything else to talk to Sophie? No. Let's go ahead and go to forensics. Let's go ahead and skip this right here. Diane, hello, tongue-tied. I've had a look at the evidence available and reached my conclusions. Let me first caveat that these are speculative assertions based on what there was. My findings are that the victim experienced an intensely personal traumatic event a week prior to his death. This event aroused intense fear, anger, and betrayal. These grew into feelings of shame and guilt in the week following. The victim was unable to confront these emotions and was processing them up until his death. It has to have something to do with Marcus and his mom, right? It has to. Invaluable analysis, doctor. Okay, thank you. What an utter waste of time. Look, it is invaluable. Invaluable analysis. That is very, very good. That's quite all right. Good luck with your case. Let me know if I can be of any more help. Dr. Morris went offline. Perfect. All right, on the ground. They're going to get Tara. Let's go ahead and skip that. Let's bring Tara in right now. Oh, we got PC Bronson calling.
Hello, Detective. It's PC Bronson here. I'm with PC McGuire. So we're at Jerome's girlfriend's house. Her name's Tara. We've spoken to her parents. To be honest, I don't think we're going to be able to interview her today. It's going to have to be a postponement. She's really not in a fit state to answer any questions. Apparently, she hasn't been out of bed for the last couple of days.
Fair enough. Poor girl. Look, I don't care if she's upset. You tell her to dry her eyes, and you bring her in now. No, it's probably not a good time for her to bring in, especially if she's not in a good mental state of mind. We want her to be in a better mental state of mind. That way she has a clearer head. She'll be able to answer questions a little bit more clearly. So look, poor girl.
I know. Listen, it's nothing to worry about. Her mum has assured me that she's going to bring her in as soon as she's ready to speak, but it's not going to be today. Look, we're going to head back in now. Give us a shout if you need anything else from us, okay?
All right, sounds good. Yeah, mom's assured that she's gonna bring her in as soon as she can. So that's good. That's good. CCTV footage of Marcus, Lucas, and Jerome. Bring Kane in for question. Let's talk about the CCTV footage. See if they have any input on that. Yes, I had a look. It certainly corroborates their statements. 100%. 100% corroborates the statements. Marcus is intoxicated. Lucas is running with a chrome mask before ditching it. And Jerome is holding that same mask only minutes later. Nothing of Jerome's fall, however, or the commotion leading up to it. Now you're getting greedy, detective. I need all the information. It's an unwritten rule in murder investigations. The CCTV footage you most want is the one you'll never get. Minor injuries coincide with traumatic events. Let's go with that. Analysis determined Jerome experienced a traumatic incident a week before his death. His post-mortem reveals minor injuries at precisely the same time. We need to find out what happened here. Yes, I've seen the reports. That unexplained incident is now a central point of this investigation. You hear that, boys? We hear you. I want that to be at the very front of your mind going forward. All right, so let's go ahead and bring Aaron in for questioning. Please bring Aaron for questioning. Jerome explicitly states he would confide in Aaron first. Let's hope he did so before his death. Let's get as much information as possible before we talk to Kane. And I think part of that we might be able to gather from Aaron. Boys, can you go? On the way now. So it's going to take 30 minutes. It's not going to take us 30 minutes. I just want to look through the phone one last time to make sure. Yes, this is the some blurred photos match the unexplained incident. That actually looks a little bit better. Now we can kind of see that that's definitely outside. No other highlighted clues there. Is there anything with the BB? What was that? The BBO? Nothing there. Is there anything else in here with Kieran? Doesn't look like it. Lucas. Doesn't look like it. But it definitely goes to show you that the more information you know, you always want to double check. You always want to backtrack on the information you already know, because when you find out new information, you backtrack to see if it coincides with information that you've already found out. But it doesn't look like there's anything else new that we've seen here. Nothing new. But other than the pictures, we did see the pictures. The pictures were new. So that was a good find. It corroborates the stories of distress. Let's go ahead and go back to Yard OS. Let's go to chat. Go to, we can talk with intelligence. Decipher blurred photos, Sophie. Yes. Can you do that for me? I appreciate that. So if this blurred photo corresponds with the time frame given for Jerome's traumatic incident, what can we find out about it? Leave it to me. I can't wait. I'll see what I can find. Let's go ahead and skip that. We want to get that information right now. So I looked into the photo's metadata. The picture was taken at Burgess Park, a public park in Peckham area. Tried to cross-check with any CCTV, but no cameras in that area. Too deep in the park. That's all I've got, I'm afraid. All right. Fair enough, I guess. I'd hold on to it, though. I have a feeling it will become clearer down the line. All right. Cheers, Soph. Let's go ahead and skip to getting Aaron into the interrogation room. That way we can interview him. On our way, we have Aaron. His mom accompanied him to Scotland Yard. He's waiting in interview room now. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and do that. Enter the interview. All right, Aaron. We know that Jerome confides in you. You guys are best friends. This interview is being recorded at New Scotland Yard, London. I'm DCI Michael Sutherland, and Detective Constable Tongue-Tied is joining us via Yard Link. Aaron, could you give us your full name? Aaron Daniels. Thanks. And what is your date of birth? 4th of May, 2005. All right. Firstly, thank you for coming in. Tell us about your relationship to Jerome. When did you last see? Look, I want to be kind to Aaron. We know Aaron had nothing to do with Jerome's death. We just want as much information as he knows. So there's no reason to pressure Aaron into talking. I mean, he has nothing to worry about. We're just trying to get more information about Jerome's death and about, maybe we can figure out what was going on with Jerome prior to his death. So firstly, thank you for coming in. We know you and Jerome were close. This must be a very difficult time for you. Thank you. Tell us about your relationship with Jerome. Was Jerome acting strange before his death? When did you last see Jerome? Look, can you please start by telling us about your relationship with Jerome? I mean, they're going to say they're best friends, but it's good questions to kind of lead into the big question. He's my best friend, right? Been best friends since starting at Peckham Academy 5 years ago. Was Jerome acting strange before his death? When did you last see Jerome? When did you last see Jerome? Can you please just tell me what you know first? I need to know what happened. I want to know. So he wants to know what happened to Jerome, and we'll tell you. You're not going to like it. We believe Jerome was murdered. Pushed from the 12th floor of Stafford Tower. How do you know that? A post-mortem has revealed Jerome sustained defensive wounds inconsistent with a fall, but consistent with a violent struggle. We're investigating several lines of inquiry, but right now it appears the murder may have been a gang retaliation. Aaron shakes his head. No way. You got no idea who Jerome is, do you? He doesn't roll with gangs. Aaron, your friend Lucas had an altercation with a Peckham gang on the night of the murder. What? He stole a chrome mask from them. Aaron's eyes widen. And Jerome came into possession of that mask. We believe Jerome was caught with it by this gang and murdered. Aaron shakes his head in disbelief. I don't understand. So was Jerome acting different before his death? We know something happened to Jerome. Do you know of a man called Kane? Look, I think we definitely want to ask Aaron if there was something that was going on, if Jerome was acting different prior to his death. He wasn't himself at all. What do you think happened? I don't know. He wouldn't tell me. But I had never seen him like this. You have to understand Jerome. He's different from most people. Never unhappy or irritated. Always in a good mood. Always lifting other people up. So when he comes into school that day, looking like he did, it was so clear that something had happened. The more we continue to understand Jerome, the more he sounds like a really, really nice person. Like, especially when Aaron talks about it. He just seems like such a nice kid. Do you think it's connected to his murder? What do you think happened? What are people saying about the murder? So what do you think happened? Like, why do you think something, or what do you think happened when you say that something had to have happened? That's what I keep asking myself. 2 police came in our school today, gave a speech about what happened in assembly. It's funny. I was about to turn to Jerome during it, Aaron smiles, and be like, bro, what the fuck are these feds talking about? Aaron smiles and his lip quivers. How do you manage to get pushed off a tower, you wasteman? Aaron suddenly bursts into a flood of tears. That's sad. That's so upsetting. You have our condolences. We will solve this. We will do our best to solve this. Look, I'm not going to tell him that we're going to do our best. I'm just going to tell him, like, look, we will solve this. Aaron, I promise you, we will find out what happened to Jerome. Aaron keeps his head down and eyes closed. You can go now, Aaron. So we didn't ask him anything about Kane, which probably should have, but I was more interested about what happened prior to his death, like why he was upset. Thank you for answering the questions. Aaron dries his eyes and leaves the interview room. All right. Chat, we got to bring in Kane. It's time to get Kane in for questioning. We need to speak with Elijah Kang Dang now. Intelligence identified a Springblock vehicle entering Jerome's neighborhood shortly before his murder. You want us to go? That's all right. Sutherland's like, I'll take care of this one, boys. Let's go ahead and skip. Found him. So Kane is available for interrogation. Strangely easy, almost as if he wanted to be brought in. He's in interrogation room A. All right. Kang. This interview is being recorded at New Scotland Yard, London. I'm DCI Michael Sutherland, and Detective Constable Tongue-Tied is joining us via Yard Link. Elijah, could you give us your full name? Elijah Dang. And do you also go by the name of Kane? Kane, yes. What would you prefer we use? I would prefer Kane. Sure. And what is your date of birth? 15th November of 1989. Where did the name Kane come from? Are you the leader of Springblock? How did you enter your line? Look, where'd the name Kane come from? How'd that originate? Well, my dad was a big fan of an early hip hop. Growing up, all I heard, my mom couldn't stand it. Kane smiles to himself. Anyways, there's a song. My Big Daddy Kane. Ain't no half steppin'. When my dad put that on, I'd just go crazy for it. Must have been the first thing I really memorized. Rappers step into me, they want to get some. But I'm the Kane, so you know the outcome. Another victory, they can't get me. They can't get with me. So pick a BC date, because your history. I'm pretty much told everyone to call me Kane from then on. I guess it stuck. How'd you enter your line of work? And now Kane is a violent drug... and now Kane's a violent drug dealer. Tell us about your deadly street gang. Yeah, tell us about your deadly street gang, the Springblock. I operate a business that went from 5% market share to 80% market share in under 3 years. Our distribution links stretch across London and into the Northwest. My product never goes out of supply and never goes out of demand. You sound very proud of yourself. Well, who do you think my biggest consumer is? I can tell you now, they don't look like me. Your daughter maybe. Oh, shit. Coming at Sutherland. Yo, your daughter might be buying my product, Sutherland. Kane's like, I've been giving her that discount too. With a capital D. All I'm saying is, we don't demonize the middle class users, so why demonize the working class sellers? A few decades from now, I'll probably be held as a respected businessman. You use violence and intimidation. Consumption and distribution are very different. Why are you being so candid? Yeah, why is Kane being candid? Like, he doesn't care that he's essentially admitting to being a distributor, to selling and trafficking drugs. He has no problem telling us that. Why? Because I'm not threatened by you. Are you curious why I've elected not to have a lawyer present? I know neither of you have anything that incriminates me. How can you be so sure, Kane? I'm a good talker, detectives, because I'm a good listener. And listening, it starts right here. Kane points to his eyes. Watch these two close enough, and they'll tell you everything you need to know. And all I see in yours is desperation. Damn. Damn, Kane coming in hard. Okay. So tell us about the murder of Jerome Jacobs. Seeing as how you're being so candid, you're surprisingly well spoken. Look, tell us about the murder of Jerome Jacobs. You being so candid? Murder of who? Jerome Jacobs. You ordered the death in retaliation for an SE-15 attack on your turf that same night. Oh, wow. Now that is exciting. I think I missed the first episode, though. Could you bring me up to speed? So he ain't watched my previous video. He ain't watched episode 1 of Redman. Don't get cute with us. Sure, episode 2, Kane goes to prison. We have evidence. Look, episode 2. I don't know if I should be. I think that plays into his own little jokes and stuff. Like, he wants us to get smart with him. He wants us to get sarcastic with him. Like, that's what he's trying to do. He wants us to essentially fall under that pressure. He wants us to start breaking. So we can't. We have to not necessarily play his game, but we have to use facts. We have to use hard evidence. We can't bluff Kane. I don't think we can bluff Kane into anything. And we can't break under pressure and start antagonizing him. We can't start using sarcasm against him. It's not going to work against Kane. We have to get hard evidence, hard proof, use facts, and really, really get him talking. Anything else won't work. So sure, episode 1, Kane commits murder. Episode 2, Kane receives a life sentence. There is no episode 3. Look, don't get cute with us, Elijah. You are implicated in this boy's murder. Do you have nothing to say? So he's implicated, but he's not being charged, which he might bring that up. We have evidence, Kane. It implicates you in this boy's murder. We strongly advise you to take this seriously. We don't really have evidence of Kane's involvement. We have evidence of that vehicle with the, for that we saw in the CCTV. Not the vehicle we saw, but the license plate that we got from the CCTVs. But it's not direct evidence. And I feel like if I tell Kane that we have evidence, he's going to call our bluff on it. But I can tell him not to get cute with me. Which is kind of breaking, we're kind of breaking under pressure a little bit. Enlighten me, detective. Who is Jerome Jacobs? And what is SE-15? So he's acting like he doesn't even know who Jerome Jacobs is or SE-15, in which I can understand why he wouldn't understand who SE-15 is, because it's really just 4 or 5 boys that made up their own little gang. I get it. Jerome Jacobs is a 16-year-old Peckham boy who was thrown from the 12th floor of Stafford Tower only days ago. He was part of a gang called SE-15, and we have evidence his murder was carried out by Springblock. Firstly, I know every gang worth knowing this side of the Thames. SE-15 is not a gang. It's a postcode. Secondly, why would I want to push this kid off of Tower Block? Because his gang staged an acid attack, because they disrespected your gang, because they invaded your territory. Look, it's because they disrespected your gang, like robbing one of your members of with fake acid, taking that chrome mask. Oh, actually, I think I heard this one. A couple of young bucks roll in our neighborhood and robbed one of our boys, armed only with window cleaner. Kane laughs. These young ones are getting more creative every day, I tell you. So you know nothing about the murder of Jerome Jacobs. A Springblock vehicle entered the neighborhood before the murder, so you didn't have Jerome thrown. Look, now we got to tell him about the vehicle. We conducted automatic number plate recognition on CCTV footage and identified a Springblock vehicle entering Jerome's neighborhood shortly before the murder. Let's see what he has to say about that. Now, granted, that doesn't say that he was the one driving or anything, which he might just bring up to us. I hate it to break to you, officers, but you're likely to find a Springblock vehicle on every road in southeast London. were bigger than Deliveroo. So you know nothing. So you didn't want revenge. Tell us about. Ooh, who is Redman? Tell me a little bit about Redman. We know he's one of your boys. You told him to murder Jerome, didn't you? You called up. You called him up. Said, hey, you put a ticket in to murder Jerome. Kane shakes his head in resignation. Every time a boy in Peckham dies, you lot come knocking, and every time you come knocking, you leave empty-handed. Why do you think that is? Kane's smile disappears. He leans forward and speaks slowly without blinking. It's because when I decide someone needs to go, I'm not going to push them off a tower block or stab them outside a chicken shop. I'm just going to make them disappear, totally and completely. Poof. Kane blows through his hands like they never even existed. And then I'm going to carry on with my business. Because I'm not interested in blood feuds, in revenge, in your big boy rep. I'm interested in my business. And I'll do anything and everything to protect it. We could charge you for murder. You should be ashamed. Your focus is impressive. I'm not up for trying to compliment Kane, but he should be ashamed. Should be ashamed of yourself, feeding on the misery of the drug trade. How do you sleep at night? He probably sleeps very comfortably. He'll probably let us know that he does. But I don't think we can really charge him. We could charge you for murder for illegal drug distribution. We have recorded confession. Kind of, but not really. He never said in detail. He never said exactly what he was trafficking or doing. He just said he has a product that he sells as part of his business, and he might sell it to Sutherland's daughter. He didn't say what that product was, so we can't really charge him with anything. But your focus is impressive. I disagree with your methods, Kane, but I must say your drive and focus is impressive. I'm not here to try to compliment him, but if I compliment him, maybe that'll. Nah, there's no way. There's no way that he's gonna see things on our end. There's no way he's gonna help us if we try to sit here and compliment him. Look, I'm gonna tell him he should be ashamed of himself, but he's gonna tell me how comfortably he sleeps at night. King size bed, probably. Kane grins. You are quite the charmer, Tide, but I'm not sure you'll get a second date. Kane winks. Now, if you'll excuse me. Go ahead. Kane rises and leaves interrogation room B. So, not much information. Sutherland scoffs. I quite like him. I mean, he's smart. Kane is he's a smart one. That is for sure. No information though on the ground. Thoughts on Kane's interview? What did you guys make of Kane in his interview? I hate to admit it, but everything he's saying checks out. Just confirmed with our undercover team, the black Mercedes that entered Jerome's neighborhood was doing a drug drop-off. None of the passengers got anywhere near Stafford Tower. I think this chrome mask has been throwing us off the scent to begin with. Jerome, Lucas, Aaron, these lads aren't gang members. McGuire and I watched through the interview footage. I have to agree. Kane and Springblock are a major player in London's cocaine trade, and there is no evidence to suggest SE15 is anything more than a chats app group name. I just don't see Kane risking his business for something as trivial as a plastic mask. Yeah, I think so too. What do you think, Side? I think you guys are right on the ball. I don't think SE15 is a gang. It is just a group of kids just playing gang, and it's not real. So the fact that they grabbed a mask, I don't think Kane is going, like they said, I don't think he's going to risk his entire job, or not job, but his entire business on a 14-year-old scuffle, or a 15-year-old scuffle, however old Jerome is, scuffle with a little chrome mask and window cleaner. I just don't think that's going to be it. Kane and Springblock are killers, but not our killers. A junior Springblock member might be responsible. Kane is Jerome's murderer, I'm certain. Look, Kane and Springblock are definitely killers, but I don't think they are our killers. My gut tells me this murder is a lot closer to home. Whoever killed Jerome knew Jerome. I'm sure of that. Enough hunches. Oh, breaking news. Tower block fall. Unlikely something. Let's get to work and find some hard evidence. Let's look at that BBO report real quick. Where was it? There it is. Tower block fall. Unlikely gang-related, police say. The fatal tower block fall of a teenage boy in Peckham is not thought to be gang-related, despite initial indications police have said. Jerome Jacob, 16, fell from Stafford Tower at about 2:26 BST on Friday. Police believe Jerome was pushed after a post-mortem revealed defensive wounds consistent with a struggle. However, initial findings which pointed towards a gangland reprisal have since been called into question. We're not ruling out any lines of inquiry, but we now know the victim was not affiliated with any gang, and as such, a gang reprisal is unlikely. Detective Chief Inspector Michael Sutherland. Let's go back to the chat. Talk with Sutherland. Look, Sutherland, how am I doing? So how do you feel I'm doing so far, Detective Sutherland? Am I doing good? This is my first case, by the way. You're doing well, Tide. We have talent for this job. Or you have talent for this job, and not everyone does. What's the best part? What's the best part about me? What's some of my strengths? Sounds straightforward, but just managing an investigation from crime scene to trial after months and months of hard work, watching the jury come back into court and deliver their verdict, emotions and adrenaline are so high, it's hard to describe. Oh, so what's the best part of this job? I thought they were talking about what's the best part of my job. Like, what am I doing great? I need some confidence boosts. I need to be told I'm doing well. I've cried after guilty verdicts alongside families who have lost their daughter. I suppose it's a rite of passage. I am confident you know that feeling too, tongue-tied. I value your confidence. Cheers, Southers. What's the worst part? Unsolved cases, I'm sure. I'm sure that's probably the worst part. Or the fact that just people die and then you can't solve it. You can't bring justice. Well, the sheer volume of paperwork and red tape required to get to that point, the reality would not make great TV, but it's all necessary to demonstrate the integrity of the investigation. Was that it? What? Was that it? What am I supposed to be doing? Intelligence? Oh, what's the latest, Sophie? What are we talking about now? Tongue-tied. I just recovered a voice memo from Jerome's mom off a chat a month back. Please listen.
Hey, sweethearts, Mum. Now, I know you're going to call me a nag for this, but please can you leave your live location thing on when you go out? It's just nice to know that you kids are safe and that I know where you are. Okay? All right, I love you.
So she had a tracking device? I'm just thinking, if Jerome's live location was on the night of the murder, anyone with this number could have easily tracked him that night and ambushed him on Stafford Tower. Forget Springblock, Kane, if those closest to him would be the priority. I would run this by Sutherland as soon as possible. Okay, Sophie. Notifying Sutherland now. All right, so we got listen to this voice memo from Jerome's mom. It's very concerning. Let's go ahead and skip that. It was only a minute long. Oh, we got Sutherland calling us.
Detective, just got your message about Jerome's tracking data on his phone.
What do you think What do you think? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think?
I can't believe it. That's his mum gets him to turn that on, and that could have fucked him. So we're going to have to, as a priority, get down the Crown Court today, get hold of someone there and get a special procedure order so we can get access to the rest of the apps on his phone, and we'll see if anyone's trying to track him on the night. But anyone basically linked to him on his phone could have been tracking him. So let's do that as a priority today.
Oh, shit. All right, cool.
If you can sort that out today, that'd be great. Cheers, bye.
Yeah, cheers. Oh, that was the end of it. A Scriptic original. Starring Tongue-Tied. Let's go ahead and skip. We've already went through all these credits before. Let's go ahead and skip those. And we're up to episode 3. And episode 3 is going to be hashtag WKJJ. So, it's something Jerome Jacobs. I can't remember what that would mean. WK? Who killed Jerome Jacobs, I believe is what it's going to be. So next episode 3, Who Killed Jerome Jacobs. Hope you guys are enjoying this Scriptic playthrough of Dead Man's Phone. We did just complete episode 2. Again, if you guys would like to support me, you can download this game for free by using the links in the top of the description, as well as the pinned in the top of the comment. You can also hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know what you think of this game in the comments down below. Are you enjoying my playthrough? Are you playing this game along with me? Or are you just watching the playthrough because the games might be a little bit, pricey, per episode? So let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching. Love you all. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.